On this day, in 1955, something strange happened. United Airlines Flight 629 lifted off from Denver, bound for Portland. Minutes later, an orange flash tore across the Colorado night sky. The aircraft disintegrated midair, scattering wreckage across miles of farmland. Investigators found no sign of engine failure or collision. Then they discovered something chilling: traces of dynamite hidden in the luggage compartment. The bomb had been packed inside a single suitcase, belonging to Daisy King. Her son, Jack Gilbert Graham, had placed it there himself, hoping to collect on her life insurance policy. 44 lives were lost that night, not for politics or revenge, but for profit. On this day, in 1988, something strange happened. A computer program began to crawl through the internet, not to destroy, but to explore. It was called the Morris worm. Its creator, a Cornell graduate student named Robert Tappan Morris, wanted to measure how big the internet really was. But a tiny flaw in his code turned curiosity into chaos. The program replicated endlessly, infecting computers at NASA, universities, and the military, slowing the entire internet to a crawl. It was the first digital outbreak in history, born not from malice, but a single miscalculation. And from that day forward, the world learned that even ideas, once released online, can take on a life of their own. On this day, in 1948, something strange happened. As presidential votes were still being counted, the Chicago Tribune rushed to print the morning paper. Confident in early polls, they declared a winner before the night was over. Dewey defeats Truman. Only he didn't. When the final results came in, President Harry S. Truman had pulled off one of the greatest upsets in American political history. By the time reporters realized their mistake, thousands of copies were already on the streets, and Truman was holding one up with a grin. A single photograph captured it all, the moment the news got ahead of the truth. On this day, in 1922, something strange happened. Deep in Egypt's Valley of the Kings, archaeologist Howard Carter brushed sand from a hidden stone step and found the sealed entrance to a forgotten tomb. When he peered through a small opening by candlelight, he saw gold. Everywhere, gold. It was the resting place of King Tut, untouched for more than 3,000 years. The discovery stunned the world. A boy king preserved in unimaginable splendor, and a mystery that came with whispers of a curse and death that soon followed those who disturbed his rest. A doorway to history, and perhaps something far older. On this day, in 1955, something strange happened. Or rather, it didn't. November 5th, 1955, is the day fictionally chosen by Doc Brown in Back to the Future. The moment he first conceived the idea of time travel after slipping and hitting his head on a bathroom sink. But here's what's strange. That completely random date became real-world folklore. Fans now treat it like a genuine anniversary of time travel itself, holding celebrations, posting flux capacitor memes, and even marking it on calendars every year. A date that never actually meant anything became legendary, all because one eccentric scientist in a movie decided it did. On this day in 1937, something strange happened. A quiet Oxford professor released a book that would reshaped the world's imagination. The Hobbit, by J.R.R. Tolkien, introduced readers to a place called Middle-earth, a realm of dragons, dwarves, and one very reluctant hero named Bilbo Baggins. No one expected much from this little fantasy tale, but its success unleashed something deeper, a modern myth woven from ancient languages and timeless fears. Tolkien had spent years crafting every name, map, and melody, building a universe that felt eerily real. From that first hobbit hole sprang a world that still haunts our dreams and reminds us that sometimes the strangest journeys begin with a single book. On this day, in 1869, something strange happened. Long before cars ruled the roads, a new machine captured the world's imagination, the bicycle. On November 7th, 1869, nearly 100 riders set off from Paris to Rouen in the first ever intercity bike race. 80 miles of mud, cobblestone, and chaos. They rode heavy iron bone shakers, rattling across the countryside for over 10 hours. When the dust cleared, an Englishman living in Paris, James Moore, crossed the finish line first, his wooden wheels nearly destroyed. That day marked more than a race. It was the birth of modern cycling, and humanity's strange new obsession with speed, powered by nothing but muscle and will.